Welkom terug by Tussen ons. As jy moeg is vir politiek en slegte nuus, staan nader. Ons volgende gas is 'n storieverteller van formaat wat grappe gebruik om die lewe ligter te maak. Kom ons gee 'n lekker applous vir komediant LUNGA TSHUKA.
Hallo.
Baie welkom.
Hallo.
The Energizer Funny, soos hulle jou noem, né?
Yeah, that's me.
LUNGA, swart seentjie wat groot geword het in Mitchells Plain.
Yeah.
Hoe was jou grootwordjare?
Baie interesting. Well, I moved there when we were like 3 years old, when I was like 3 years old. And, you know, like the parents didn't like really brief me because I was just a kid. So we used to do a lot of road trips back then. And I thought we were doing another road trip, but then we stayed and I was like, okay.
This is it.
Yeah. So I had to like obviously start making friends. And I think that's when things got really interesting because of being the only black kid amongst like the other colored kids. So yeah, it was a
Van
very...
watter ouderdom af kan jy onthou dat jy bewus was daarvan?
I think it was 3 years old.
Hoe 3?
Ja.
O, rara.
Jy besef, ja, iets is anders.
Yeah.
En was daar van hy brein anties wat gesê het, "Julle speel nie met hy kindie."
No, you could see it in the eyes. No, wie is die? No, wat ben jij?
Nou, waar kom hy vandaan? Ja.
Oké, nou wat zoek je? Oh,
Ja.
sokkerspel. Oké, ik watch voor jullie. Dat is van me.
Hoorie, waar kom die Energizer Funny vandaan? Is dit die Energizer Bunny?
Okay, that was a play on because like my style of comedy is very expressive and people always tell me, oh, we love your energy, we love your energy. And I thought, you know what, there was a time when I needed to have a name. And I was like, not just LUNGA TSHUKA, and I was like, okay, let it go dunk. And then I thought, okay, now the Energizer Funny, you know, play on the word Energizer Bunny, but Energizer Funny. Because I'm funny.
En LUNGA, die cool ding daarvan is dat jy nie net daar staan en praat met die gehoor nie, maar jy sing ook saam en jy nou maak mense ensovoorts. Waar dit alles begin of het jy dit net gehad van die begin af?
The thing, once I understood comedy, is that I understood that people like especially my style is storytelling, and people also, people work with memories, you know. So if you do a personation or you do a voice or whatever, you spark memories, and you do like sound effects and all that kind of thing, sparks memories. So it just helps with my storytelling to give you a complete picture, and people actually love that. And I picked it up from just being silly, you know.
Yeah.
I'm always used to do impersonations growing up, sound effects and all of that. So I just.
Do a impersonation, please, or
Louis Armstrong.
As the skies are blue,
Wow.
red roses too. I see them blue.
I don't know the word.
Lief. Baie mense spot met die komediante gebruik die politiek om, jy weet, content te maak. Hoe voel jy daaroor?
I don't really like politics because I don't know. There's just nothing positive for me out of there, and it doesn't really
That's
inspire
about
me.
right.
Yeah.
Maakie saak hoe snaaks jy dit doen. Dis die
Yeah,
snaaks.
and even the jokes about it is about the negative things, you know, and just so like I like to talk about things that we're gonna laugh about, you know, things that we can all relate to. Like I'm human, and I want to like.
so what are those things that
and
you...
where do you get your material?
Well, like.
Mitchells Plain.
So the beginning, like in the beginning, obviously my first material was based on me as a black kid coming from Mitchells Plain. Just an introduction, people know like who's LUNGA, so you can find out in my material. But soon after, like just doing a couple of gigs, I went to different stages, saw like foreign people in the audience, and then they couldn't relate to the Mitchells Plain material. So I needed to adapt to real life situations. So the latest joke I wrote about is about dogs, stray dogs, you know, the difference between stray dogs, poor dogs. I write about relationships, I write about traveling, all of those things. So people can actually relate, and then
Skryf jy dit actually neer,
Ja.
alles, die stories?
like a proper script. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Like the whole thing, 3 pages long. Yeah. Just so that I can, just so that sometimes 3 pages, sometimes 1 or 2 pages, but just so that I know exactly what I want to say. Because when I'm writing, the jokes come in a lot easier as opposed to just speaking on the moment, you know. Then you go home and you're like, I should have said this, I should have said that.
Yes.
But when you're writing, you write all of those things that you should have said.
En The Price of Fame.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Dis nou jou show. Vertel ons daarvan.
Okay, so The Price of Fame is a podcast, basically a platform where I invite local celebrities, well-known celebrities, to come on the show, and they can share their life's journey. Yeah, this is a platform for them to tell their story, you know, because we're always hearing stories about them, and in interviews they're always like trained to say a few things or whatever. So I give them a platform. Tell us who you are, where did it all start, something similar to what you guys are doing, and just give us your version of the story, you know.
En dan vat jy 'n bietjie materiaal vir die comedy show ook daarvan nou.
No. No, it's because the type of conversations is based on their lives and what they've been through and that. So it would be like I'm stabbing them in the back, like, oh, okay, tell me. And then like,
Okay, that's what I do.
it's a gewoon van ramp en weer.
Wie van daai onderhoude staan vir jou die meeste uit?
Brighton Goma. Yeah, no, I had a really good time with him because with the show we try to create breakthroughs, you know, especially for these artists, give them also a chance to tell their story. And with them, I really experienced like a breakthrough. He spoke about things that he never got a chance to speak about and also process, especially when he was acting on Scandal. So on the platform, he got a chance to like speak about what he was going through and how much it meant to him, and that kind of gave him, I could see in his face, like it gave him like kind of, you know, feeling of life, like, oh, thank God for like actually, yeah. So I like that I could provide something like that for him.
Jy is ook 'n mental health aktivis.
Ja.
Hoekom is dit vir jou so belangrik? Ek dink as 'n swart man is dit so maklik vir ek weet mans van kleur oor die algemeen ignoreer dit.
Yeah.
So dit is belangrik om daaroor uit te praat.
Absolutely, yeah. Like you said, because I used to work with a youth development agency where I was a youth worker for a while, and working with kids, and we saw like working with trauma and like challenges that teenagers face that they don't know how to speak about, they don't know how to speak to their friends, that kind of thing. So from that experience, taught me a lot about trauma and all of that stuff. And then later on in my life, I met someone who actually deals with mental health and all of those things. And then he educated me on what mental health is, because my perception before that was I could picture, when you said mental health, I pictured people who are mentally like challenged, who can't do things. But then I learned that mental health could be depression, mental health could be addiction, could be all of these other things. And now, and once I educated myself, I was like, wow, I also probably have a few challenges. And then I started to heal. And now through that experience, I was like, you know what, I want to be part of these people who's fighting fighting the stigma. Yeah, to draw.
Maar daar is 'n ding oor mense wat baie snaaks is comedians, nê? Nee? Hulle is baie gereeld, is dit mense wat aan erg depressie ly. Jy weet, want dit is it's the only way they can give outing to, you know, their feelings.
Yeah.
Wie is jy by die huis? Is jy stil? Is jy social? Is jy ek bedoel ek klink nou soos 'n terapeut hier, maar ek interesseer die connection met mental health. Wat se tipe persoon is jy intro extravert?
By die huis praat ek saam met niemand. I'm joking.
How can we play night?
I'm uitlos. No. I'm actually, I've learned about that so much, you know, and I think a lot of comedians use their pain to bring comedy, and sometimes they don't process it or deal with it. They just make it funny for other people. Then they go home and still bubbling all of those things up. But with me, I don't use any of like the pain. I rather turn it into something funny, but that's because I've healed from it too.
Okay.
So, and I want other people to heal from it. So at home, I'm actually quiet with my parents, but with my friends.
You
And
used to live with your parents?
yeah, but in my own space, time to time.
Mitchell's plain selfe ons bly. Ons bly.
Nee, ek is impressed, ja.
Okay, en die girls, het jy 'n liefde in jou lewe?
Oh nee, I'm joking. Sy sit net daar.
Waar is dit?
Sy sit net daar, ja.
Daar sit sy,
Ons is baie in love, baie.
Baie. Hoe lank is julle nou al saam?
4 jaar.
Nee, nou moet jy dag, sy sit hier, so jy met dag, datum, tyd, uur, alles gegee.
So sy is jou liefde, is sy jou bestuurder ook?
Ja.
Sjoe!
Dan, okay.
So you are responsible for this? Ek like dit skrikkelik baie. Waar kan ons nog meer oor jou gaan sien en lees en luister? Wat gaan doen ons?
Please, you can check me out on Facebook as well as Instagram. On Facebook, that is Lunga TSHUKA. And Instagram, it's @LungaTSHUKA. Pretty simple, just put an @ there. @Lunga TSHUKA on all platforms, and that's where you'll find me.
Lekker nice en easy.
Fabulous.
Baie dankie,
Baie
Lunga
dankie.
TSHUKA.